environment? Guys, good grade.
No te puedes decir, tienes que estar aquí para que veas.
Okay, no?
Pero atrás de ellos.
Oh, wait. You got an answer.
Yes?
Like everything surrounding us, including the ecosystem, the like fauna, flora, everything that our planet's made of.
Anyone else?
No one wants to try?
So this is the definition of environment. Ecology: the air, water, minerals, organisms, and all other external factors surrounding a given organism at any time.
Very good answer. So basically, as you all can see, even though it's a very simple question, which we all have an idea of what the environment is, it is a very hard question to answer. And if we all, who have very good opportunities in education, had difficulties in answering this question, imagine children who don't have the same opportunities that we have. So that's where our purpose came on. So we asked ourselves, how can we make underprivileged children more environmentally aware?
Our solution was through educational games. I mean, these are 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. They're not going to be able to sit in a classroom as all of you are doing and just listen to us for 40 minutes teaching them about the environment. They're going to associate nature with boredom. They want things to move at a faster rate. So what we did was a series of activities, interacting with nature, observing nature, just things that would really get the kids excited about the environment.
And through simple games, we were able to explain and teach them about very important issues, very pressing issues, as extinction, recycling, the predator and the prey, decomposition, pollution, and the importance of the environment through the importance of the trees and the importance of the water.
Okay, so here we were supposed to show you guys the video, but I think everyone watched it right now. So just to give a brief explanation of our project, we brought like, about 20 kids every Friday to our school. We played, like, as BB said, like various games with them so they could learn through games about the importance of our environment. And then with another group of kids, orphan kids, we also took them to a very well-known environmental reserve in Brazil, Projeto Tamar, and we also played games and did a tour there where they had a lot of fun.
Alright, well, we separated our methods of teaching into two different categories, so to say. First, well, one of them was observing, so basically just looking at nature, learning about nature through hearing and noticing these little things that usually you wouldn't think about.
So outside of our school, there's a plenty of different habitats and different environments. One of the environments the school has are multitudes of trees. The school has planted over 1,600 different trees in the front of the school, and we use that to teach the children about the environment.
And while we were doing that, we highlighted and made them realize the importance of trees. And they noticed that it provides shade, and something that we're gonna show later in the presentation. And we also told them about the importance that trees provide oxygen. And it's a life cycle through cellular respirations performed by humans and photosynthesis performed by plants. So it's a balance, and we thought about the importance of the shade, of the oxygen, and least of food.
So as you can see here, we're showing kids that plants provide us, trees provide us food for us and also animals, which leads us to a second thing. Plants not only provide us food, but also habitats. Right here, it's kind of hard to see, there's a little birdhouse from Brazilian birds known as João de Barro. Barro is mud, so these João de Barros create mud houses on top of the trees using mud and water. And they live on these trees and they feed from those trees, and that's very important. So without trees, João de Barros will not have what to feed on and where to live. Which also leads us, since they do the house from water, to a third thing, which is a river near our school, which is called River Passa Vaca. Translation is crossing cows. Because older days, cows used to drink water from this river. Unfortunately, now the river is very depleted in the water because the riparian forest besides it was extinction because of pollution and other variables. And the river now is very dirty, as you can see here in a couple of pictures. The water is very dirty, and we were showing the kids the importance of the river to the fauna and flora. Another interesting thing is our school, 50 years ago, when it first was built a wall 10 meters close to the river when in Brazil it's required for you to build a wall 30 meters far from the river. That's caused the river to narrow down, and the flow of the water is now almost stopped. The flow is very little, so the water can go as it should.
So our school has been doing a lot of projects and environmental teaching to try and kind of make up for the mess they did 50 years ago when they had just started the school and they had no idea the river even existed.
And then after showing them the polluted water, we brought them back to the school and talked about the importance of the water and the uses of the water. And it was very interesting how they realized how water is so used every day by everyone, including for showering, washing the dishes, doing laundry, eating. And we also highlighted that 75% of our body, which highlights the importance of water to our lives.
Okay, so our second method of teaching, which we focused on, was interacting. So we came up with a variety of different games where the children could interact with the environment and with themselves and with us as well. So we started our project by trying to make a game with a little touch.
Icebreaker.
Yeah, an icebreaker game with a little touch of environment where the children were supposed to say their names, their age, something that they were interested in, and mimic their favorite animal. The others were supposed to guess what this animal was. However, the kids were very shy, and very few of them could stand up and mimic an animal. So we noticed that almost all of them actually were interested in soccer, and they were amazed with the huge soccer field we had in our school. So we kind of broke away from the schedule we had made before to try and make the kids feel more comfortable with us, so they would later listen to what we had to say about the environment. So we kind of did what they wanted. We played soccer and we took them to the little park we had in our school. And later we started merging their interest in our school and with the huge green area that we had there with the environment. So they started climbing trees, and actually, which was very interesting, it was exactly in that moment where they noticed the importance of the shade the trees provide us in our daily lives.
Because we live in a very hot city and the sun is like very exhausting. So while we were walking underneath the sun, and then we found a tree and standed for a while underneath the tree in the shadow.
And one of them pointed out, oh, look, the tree provides a shade for us and it's so hot. That's awesome.
So yeah. So the other game that we played with them was the predator and prey. So first of all, as shown in the video, we asked them what was a predator and what was a prey. Some of them were able to answer it, but not all of them. So here we taught them what was the predator, which is a hunter, the animal hunter, who hunts the prey. So then we divided the children in two different groups, and one group was a predator and the other one was a prey. Okay, so, and then we divided them into different groups. However, we didn't do the project of this game only once, but twice. So the predators the first time became preys, and the prey's predator, so they could see each, like, where, yes, the perspective sides.
So another game that we played, and that in all games actually, they were very active kids and they loved running. So something that we did, we took them to the playground and there were a lot of leaves. So we told them, let's make a race. Let's run, divide yourselves in groups. We divided them, I guess, in three or four groups. And we first told them to collect the leaves. And they were very excited about it, and they ran very quickly and grabbed a lot of leaves and separated in groups.
Especially because the winning team, the one who had collected more leaves, would get chocolate in the end.
Yes.
So they were very excited.
And we counted leaf by leaf, and the winner group had 222 leaves. And then we asked them to observe the leaves and bring the leaf that looks like it was new and the other one that looks like it was old. And they brought the two leaves as we asked. And then we explained the process of decomposition, that the leaves fall from the trees, and then they decompose and feed again the soil. And as we could see in the video, the kids learned, and we didn't even use those words that feed the soil, but they used their own words to explain a process like decomposition.
Which shows that they actually really understood the process.
And something else that we pointed out is that something that we were very interested when we learned about it is that when you see a green leaf in the floor, it's not, it didn't fall by a natural reason by the tree, because the nature is very smart. So you never release a leaf that's full of nutrients that it still uses. So the trees always, they capture all the nutrients they want, and then they let the leaf fall.
Another game that we had was Catch Safe. So everyone's aware of the problem that extinction is in the world today. I mean, every day more and more species are becoming endangered. It's a huge global problem. The government, however, has found nice new ways to protect these endangered species. One of them is APP, Área de Preservação Permanente, basically just these areas around the country that humans are not allowed to affect. They can't hunt the animals, they can't cut down the trees. These are sacred areas that are only for the animals and are only for nature, and we're not allowed there. There's an APP next to our school, really, because of the river that we explained before. Our school made a little mishap 50 years ago, and now we're trying to remedy the problem. And basically, what we wanted to show through this game was exactly that. There were safe zones. The benches were safe zones. The benches were safe zones. The APP were the animals then couldn't be caught. They couldn't be harmed. And the hunter, me, the human, would chase them around and say, or rather, kill them, endanger them, so that finally they would end up dead. It was a big game of tag, but with a purpose to it.
Okay, so another part of our project we do to Projeto Tamar, as mentioned. Projeto Tamar is an internationally known marine preservation program.
As one of the best marine
One of the
preservation
best marine
in the world.
preservation programs, and it's widely recognized because it seeks to protect animals and the sea life that's being endangered, especially in Brazil. So Projeto Tamar is in various places in Brazil, and we have one here in our city, and we took the kids to, better meet the place and understand marine life. As soon as you arrived, the kids were very excited because they're going to see turtles and fishes and go to the beach and have fun, and also learn about the environment and how to protect the turtles, which is the focus of the project.
So here are 4 different moments of our visit to Projeto Tamar. So here are the children watching the turtles. It's actually this big one. No, this one is a plastic one. So here turtles. Yes, mostly about turtles because Projeto Tamar is actually Tamar is tartaruga marinha. So most of it are turtles. So they were observing. Here's actually the largest turtle there, and they were really interested in this.
Alright, well, here are some more pictures of our experience at Projeto Tamar. The kids were really excited. They'd never seen an actual clean beach before because they lived in, the poor section of Salvador, unfortunately. And so they were impressed with all these new animals that they'd never seen before. We also had a break from the activities because this was under the sun at the beach, and these are children. So they rested under the shade. They drew turtles, very nice turtles. They also had an opportunity to touch these hayas. Just these animals, marine animals that kind of look like pancakes with wings. Does anyone remember the name?
In English,
Stingrays, there you go. Stingrays. Well, you can touch everything except the tail of the stingray. First they were kind of disgusted. I mean, this is a stingray, it's dangerous. But then they got used to it, and they finally ended up touching the stingrays, and it was a fun experience for them, and for us too, because their expressions are funny. They were constantly taking pictures of everything. It was amazing, and they all had Facebook, so we got to add them later and see the pictures on Facebook. We got some pictures from them.
Okay, so with the visit, we also had this tour guide where he explained the issues of fishing as well. He explained to the kids how the Projeto Tamar developed a new technology of fishing because the previous hook they used to fish turtles and fish, which was like a J-shaped hook, was harming and killing the turtles. So Projeto Tamar came up with a new hook, which is like a U-shaped, a circle-shaped hook, which is able to fish the turtles without killing or harming them. So he explained this to the kids, and he also pointed out the issue of water pollution, of sea pollution, of throwing plastic bags on the ocean, and I don't know, candy paper and stuff. So the kids were able to learn a lot as well, aside from only enjoying the visit.
He explained a lot of what you guys might have seen in the videos. I mean, with all the marine conservation, I mean, these fish that are dying, there aren't that many in the sea. He explained all this, and the children were shocked. This really affects the 10-year-olds a lot. They're likely to remember it in the future.
And then they were, as Julia pointed out, they live in a beach place, but the beach, it's called Ribeira, it's very, very dirty. And they were very excited about seeing such a clean beach. And we actually hadn't even planned, but they were so excited that they went and they played with the water, and they interacted with nature and recognized the importance of the water and how they can have fun playing with nature.
Okay, so like the activities we did in our school, we also did activities in Projeto Tamar. The first was the Connections game. Our whole idea, our whole project was based on the idea that this game provided, which was each kid represented a different
Species or animal.
yeah, from our ecosystem. There were the kids who represented trees and the water and the human and the lion. Well, so each of them was holding a string, which was connecting all of them. And then a little story happened, like, oh, a human cut a tree to make paper, or someone threw a plastic bag in the ocean. So whenever this happened, if the tree was cut, the kid who was representing the tree was supposed to sit down. And if the string was pulled, the person which was in the other side of the string was supposed to also sit down. And well, the story went on, and in the end, they were able to see how everything we do affects everything else. So everything we do to nature will not only affect nature, but it will end up actually affecting us as well. So they were able to see this very clearly with this activity. Everyone was first standing up, and in the end, everyone was sitting down. So it was very interesting.
This is the game that inspired our group name, as you can see, ECOnnections, the Connections game. Our purpose with this was officially to show them how everything is connected. If you do cut a tree in the forest, it's going to come back to get you, eventually. Maybe after a few years, but it's going to come back to get you.
And another activity that we did that I guess was the most successful one was the recycling race. Well, very few of them knew what recycling was. They had an idea that it was like separating plastic or something. So after explaining them the importance of reusing and of recycling, we spread the trash that we had produced throughout the day, which was incredibly a lot. Because we were underneath the sun, and we used water bottles and many other things. So we showed them how much trash we produce in our daily lives, and we used that trash to make the game. So we spread the trash, and they were divided in groups, and they had to run back and get the trash, and then separate the trash. They would only get points if they separated the trash correctly. And to our surprise, they did in fact knew the difference between metal, paper, and plastic, but they didn't know what to explain recycling. But after the game, they were free.
We got several results from these activities, physical things that showed that what we did wasn't for nothing. We weren't completely useless in this. So one of them was these shirts that the children made. They're adorable. It's very cute. We told them to paint the environments and what they saw from the environments. And this is the results. We also had, with garbage, on the first day we had to put the garbage in front of them, just in the middle of these children, so that they would actually get up and put the garbage in the garbage, the trash in the trash. It was a difficult ordeal. But then on the second day, we didn't have to do anything. They actually got the garbage from the corner of the room, put it in the middle, and by themselves put the trash in the trash.
And we were very amazed because they recognized the importance of throwing trash. So they decided voluntarily to contribute to the community that they were in. So everyone would actually throw the trash in the trash can.
Aside from that, they also sent us letters thanking us for the opportunity we were providing them and what they have learned.
All right, I'm going to read to you this letter. Remember that it's not completely grammatically correct. It was also translated from Portuguese. We're going to pass on some drawings and the letters that the kids were given to us. We were really touched from this. Okay. Pan-American school students, because our school is Pan-American School Bahia, we tried to describe through words how much we, the children, guardians, and residents of the Orfanato Lar Mundo da Criança, are happy, grateful, and surprised with the beautiful and warm reception that you, students, teachers, and workers in general, provided in your educational medium of work. We were surprised with the amount of care, attention, and humility and enthusiasm in which we were received, taken care of, and treated until the end of our encounters with you. We hope that our presence has been a pleasure. ... Upon our arrival, we came across stunning students and chaperones, and in the first few minutes, you conquered our hearts through your humility, education, and love. You passed positive energies to each one of us, aside from so many other benefits. A bond was created between us, and through every minute we spent together, and every marvelous encounter, this bond slowly grew into a bridge, which then turned into a knot, which will never, ever untie. The question of how a bridge turns into a knot is still undefined. But anyway, we want to congratulate all of you for such intelligence, solidarity, education, love, competence, wisdom, and other innumerous qualities obtained by you for doing good and so many noble things. ... Thank you very much for your hospitality, and our congratulations in the name of all the children and residents of the orphanage, especially the Mother Marina. With love and gratitude, Lorena Paiva. So really, this is just the letter we are going to read every time we feel bad, because it has so many compliments and just the feelings of these people that really touched us.
Okay, so now we wanted to do with you the most successful games we had. I believe we have time.
Yes, we have time.
15 minutes.
Yeah, so that's great. So we wanted to separate you guys into groups. We wanted a group to be the t-shirt decoration. If you are interested in art or are really good, I don't know, are very artistic people, you can stay in the room and paint the t-shirts that we have. And the other half of you, or more than half, go outside for us to do the recycling race, which you saw in our PowerPoint.
So if all the artistic people could just move to the left side of the room, we would appreciate it. Non-artistic people, you go left with the
You could leave your things here.